red couch. You are Canada's ice king and queen in the best possible way. We need a Tessa and Scott day. So what day should that be?
Oh my gosh.
National holiday. You get to pick a day.
Well, I don't know. Can we just join in on Canada Day because we can celebrate all of our Canadian Olympians as well as the rest of Canada, and we're so great. I think that's appropriate because we want a day to thank all of our fans and supporters. We've received so much warmth and we're
Canada
so
Day
grateful.
it is.
All right.
I've been following the Olympic movement for a few years now, especially since CTV was involved with the 2010 Olympics, and it really does seem that we've entered this new era of celebration of our athletes in a way that maybe we might not have in the past. How do you feel Canada has responded to not just you guys, but Olympic athletes in general?
It's special. I mean, we've been so fortunate to have come up kind of in this era, but something about the Olympics that just Canadians just connect with. And I mean, we feel that support. It sounds so cliche, but when we're over there and in the venues in South Korea and Russia, and you see Canadians and hear them cheering louder than any other fans, it seems it just gives you that little bit of a burst energy, and it's so crazy, but it really does help.
And there was such a strong Canadian contingent over there. Even for our final skate, I looked around and there were so many Canadian flags, and wearing the maple leaf, as Scott mentioned, that's the best part about being an Olympian. And I think the great thing about sport is that it's so unifying. It really brings people together. One
of the things about figure skating I think a lot of people love is that that moment after the skate when we all feel, as the experts that we are, that you've won, but we still have to wait for the judges to agree with us, and that moment of celebration that we see and that we get to share with you. But what's the celebration look like once you leave the arena? What happens behind the scenes? How do you two celebrate on a smaller scale?
Well, there was so much media and so much chaos that we really needed to take a moment, just a quiet moment, to sort of find each other and say, like, we did. I think there was a lot of hugging, some screaming, a bit of jumping up and down, and just, it's interesting. We've lived this together. But I'm able to look at Scott and appreciate his career almost separately from mine, and I'm so proud of him as an athlete, and I feel so fortunate to have this partnership. But I'm almost able to celebrate your success easier than I am my own.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. But I think it's changed now that we're older. It's just those quiet moments are so much more appreciated. And that was probably my favorite moment of the game. Just kind of stepping backstage and a nice quiet hug, and it's just like we actually did it. It was cool.
Another thing that you've done, and this has got to be a point of pride for you, is that you've elevated your sport in the minds of Canadians to a place that it probably has never been before.
Oh, what a
There's an
compliment.
interest and an enthusiasm, a passion for it, probably a knowledge base as well that a lot of people didn't have. I mean, and in these games, I think people were as excited for your sport as they were for hockey, which is pretty impressive. So going forward, your legacy for your sport is a great one.
Oh, wow.
That's fabulous. What a compliment. I mean, we're always so flattered when people tune in and feel invested in our performances, but more than that, you're right, it's great for our sport. It's great for enrollment across the board as a grassroots level. I mean, as Canadians, skating is part of our DNA. So the more people that get out, the better, and try the sport that we love and are so passionate about.
But you were at the hockey game.
Still.
You were there.
Yeah.
You were there.
Oh, we were there.
Boy, was
there. Were you... I know you were sitting there with a beer, but were you in your mind on the ice?
I
because
wish I
it
could have
really
been.
seemed like you were quite passionate. What's it like to sit next to you at a hockey game?
I guess I usually don't get that. I was pretty excitable that day, I guess. Well, it was, those women are so special. They really do anchor our team. I mean, hockey in Canada is such a huge sport. Everyone knows that, but that's such a huge stage for them, and they just lead our team. So when you're watching them, and I know how bad they want it, I guess it got the best of me a little bit, and I can't wear a toque. Like I just look like I've had way too many beers, and that was number one. Believe it or not, no one believes me when I say that, but I'm a passionate Canadian, and it's so funny. My favorite part about that picture is how scared Patrick looks when he looks up at me. But I was a bit aggressive. Maybe I had to tone it down for the rest of the games.
Why am I sitting next to this
But
guy?
a testament to you. I mean, after the popularity of that post, Scott's biggest concern was taking the spotlight away from those women, and I think good for you to feel that way, because you didn't want the attention on yourself.
Yeah, and maybe just slow down.
Yeah, well, next time if you don't want the attention, just sit down.
I know, yeah. Don't yell the whole time. Gotta ride the refs, though, you know? They gotta know.
I think they
gotta know.
they need to be held accountable.
Yeah, thank you.
So I just saw the movie I, Tonya. And one of the things that okay, so you'll see it, right? Eventually you'll see it. And one of the things that impressed me the most, on top of the incredible performances, and all the accolades are very well deserved, but the special effects have gotten to a point where you can take really any actor and make them look like they are professional, like the world-class figure skaters. It looked like she was on the ice performing.
Can you take figure skaters and make them look like actors?
I don't know if we're there yet,
Okay.
but it got me thinking. We're past the point of trying to. We don't have to teach these these actors how to figure skate, which means any actor in the world could play you guys, and we have the technical ability to make them look like they're skaters, right? So who would you pick to play you, knowing that they need no skills on the ice? What actors do you think could play you in the movie of your lives?
Ooh, I'm gonna pick yours.
Yeah, do that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
Oh, now I've said that. Where do I start? I'm gonna try not to pick all the ones I have a crush on. Rachel, because she's from London.
Yes, that's
Rachel
really
McAdams.
lovely.
But I don't know. Like, we need someone with such class. You're a hard person to cast. Rachel,
are you.
I'm picking Rachel.
So are you. I mean, I think you could try your hand at acting and play yourself, maybe. No?
Got to get the voice back, and then I'll be into it.
Do you guys have that intensity on when you're on the ice that you need to be a good actor to possess, I think?
Oh, well,
so
that's, Emma Watson. I would love if Emma Watson.
Oh, yes,
Not
that
I
would have
look
been
like
my.
her
What am
or
I
that we have
doing?
that,
Yeah.
But she's my favorite.
There
I just
you go.
adore
That's
her.
a good one. Yeah.
I adore her.
And I watched Beauty and the Beast, and a lot of, like, she did remind me of you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's nice. I wouldn't go that far, but
Well, maybe because I'm the Beast. I don't know.
Let's go back. Main difference between the last Olympics when you finished and won and these Olympics. How did the feeling feel different?
That's a great question, because there are so many things that are very, very different, but there's a lot that's the same as well. One thing that never wore off was wearing that Canadian maple leaf on our backs. It just got more and more special the further we got in our career. The one thing that was different, I think, this time around is just how present we were and how much we enjoyed every moment. I mean, we were able to really take it in, and that's something I think we'll be proud of the rest of our lives, that we lived it and we did our best, but we also took in every single second.
My last question for you is sort of, as soon as it was done, there was this heaping of questions on you about this relationship that you have.
Yeah.
And we all know that it's based on something really unique. So what is one part of your relationship that you want everybody to know? Because there's a real positive relationship here. So give me something about your relationship that I can incorporate into my life.
Oh, well, we are so lucky. We don't take it for granted, and we've worked really hard on this partnership. I mean, we've nurtured this, and I think at on the foundation of it, there's just such a sense of respect, but we're also each other's biggest fans. So the whole positive attribution theory, anything good that happens, it's because of personal reasons. Anything negative, it's external, it's circumstantial. So that really fosters a nice environment and a positive dynamic.